Even the poorest hen cannot lay empty eggs. Everything in life has its purpose, and true friendship is a treasure. Patterns exist in all things, just as every lock has its key. The man who sets his house ablaze understands the true cost of ashes. A house rat swimming with a lizard will shiver from the cold. It's a lesson in knowing one's limits. Nature's waters rarely flow at night for good reason, and the womb, unlike a boat, can only bear so much. The balance of giving and receiving often brings its own struggles. Dry thunder that splits the sky doesn't erase the storms of the past. Beware of making a goat your confidant if your attire is fragile. It will strip you bare. Fortunate is the hunter who sets out for rats and catches an owl. Even without a rooster's call, morning always breaks. Blindness doesn't silence dreams, and while dead fish drift downstream, it takes a live one to swim against the current. Seek truth, but never trade it away. An elephant grows tall, undeterred by others' disapproval. Palace attendants may ponder how to steal the king's drums, but their real worry is where to play them. A roof left leaking reveals its flaws to those who sleep beneath it. Written words endure far longer than those spoken. Before admiring the soaring bird, understand the toll of its wings' relentless flapping. Even the lion, king of beasts, respects the elephant's might. Music and dance, like wisdom, begin at home, and the mouth follows its master's will. A mighty tree grows where it chooses, much like greatness in men. In war, truth is often the first casualty. Sometimes an odd child brings unexpected blessings. Those who chase everything risk losing it all, like the tortoise whose ambition outstretches its reach. The earliest to the spring drinks the purest water, and forsaking one's roots invites misfortune. The sun first shines on those standing before it warms those kneeling. Predators thrive in unfamiliar terrain, but even the fierce leopard spares its cubs. Those who flaunt their success may one day long for obscurity. Every triumph begins from humble beginnings, and gratitude is owed for every kindness received. Memories of a good taste linger, and the light of countless stars pales before the glow of a single moon. Truth, like fire, cannot be hidden beneath dry leaves. Loving someone who doesn't return the affection is as futile as rain in a dense forest. The grass may seem greener elsewhere, but it's just as hard to mow. The eye staring at the sun doesn't need advice to blink. The echoes of those who've passed live on within us. Though the bird soars, its eyes remain on the ground. Never disrespect your ancestors, for their disfavor may last an eternity. Take only what you need and leave the earth as it was. The easiest way to enhance your appearance is with a genuine smile. Even the moon, a celestial muse, requires patience to admire fully. An elephant doesn't mature overnight. In the home of a coward, tales of old warriors are whispered in shame. Only a reckless fly follows the dead to the grave. A goat weary of life invites the lion to dinner, and not all baboons leave the maize field satisfied. A fallen tree lying in a river never becomes a crocodile. Regardless of how large a child grows, they were once cradled on a mother's back. Blame not the messenger, for even a small hand cannot engulf a pen. Family ties are like hard gourds, they clash but do not break. Life is what you make of it. Only the lifeless meet no resistance. A man clinging to life will grasp even a straw. The straight path, though challenging, is often the best. Birds of a feather flock together, and wisdom lies in honoring the old while guiding the young. A predator fears no ghost unless it carries wounds. Eavesdroppers seldom hear praise of themselves, and second thoughts often prove wiser than the first. The present outweighs 100 tomorrows. Hunger is the best seasoning, and to share in wrongdoing is to share in guilt. Life's lessons persist from youth to old age, and faith is half the battle. Great minds, like kindred spirits, often align. The apple, after all, rarely falls far from its tree. A single swallow does not herald the arrival of summer, and even in paradise, solitude can feel like a curse. Idleness invites mischief, for an empty mind becomes a playground for trouble. What is learned in youth shapes the soul for a lifetime, and faith remains a steadfast companion in the battle of life. Great minds often converge, drawing strength from shared wisdom. The apple, bound to its tree, carries the essence of its roots. The smallest acts of kindness ripple far beyond their origin. No matter how fierce a storm, the sun eventually rises, reminding us that every end heralds a new beginning. A foolish fly accompanies the dead to their grave, while the wise steer clear of danger. Even the bravest warriors know the folly of tempting fate. The baboon in the maize field may not always leave satisfied, but it learns from each encounter. A fallen tree remains a tree, no matter how long it drifts in the river. Its essence remains unchanged. Life's struggles forge resilience, and every stumble is a lesson. The man who builds his house on shaky ground learns the value of a solid foundation. A goat, however weary, should never invite a lion to dine, for some dangers are better left unmet. Not all who seek the fields of others return with spoils. Satisfaction comes from within. No matter how high a bird flies, its heart remains tied to the earth. Never forget the lessons of those who came before, for their wisdom lights the path ahead. Respect the land, for it is a gift to be shared, not conquered. A smile, as simple as it seems, can break barriers no force could shatter. Even the mighty moon, ruler of the night sky, waxes and wanes. Patience and time reveal all truths. An elephant doesn't gain its strength overnight, but through steady growth, it commands respect. In the halls of the coward, stories of bravery whisper through the cracks, a reminder of the past's glory. The tiniest ember, if left unchecked, can ignite a blaze. No matter how small a hand, it holds the power to shape the future. Family ties, though tested, endure, like gourds that clash but do not break. In the dance of life, every step matters, and only the lifeless drift without direction. Even when the cat is away, the mouse celebrates cautiously, for freedom is fleeting. A drowning man will grasp at anything, teaching us the value of hope. The straight path may be narrow, but it leads to peace. As birds gather with their kind, so do kindred spirits find one another. Honor the wisdom of the old, guide the young, and cherish the bonds that tie us. The ghost of yesterday lingers, but it cannot haunt those who walk with courage. Second thoughts often prove to be the truest compass, steering us toward wisdom and away from folly. The simplest joys, a meal shared, a lesson learned, become life's greatest treasures. Hunger sharpens the flavor of even the simplest meal, reminding us that necessity breathes new life into what we often overlook. To share in another's wrongdoing is to wear their guilt as your own. Every story deserves an ending, and sometimes the best endings are found in the quiet resolve to move forward. The river flows onward, yet the stone remains, shaped by the current but never swept away. A dead fish may float downstream, but it takes the strength of a living one to fight against the tide. In life, strength isn't measured by survival alone, but by the courage to defy the odds. The smallest flame, nurtured with care, can illuminate even the darkest night. Words spoken may fade, but those written endure, etching their truth into the fabric of time. The lion, though fierce, bows to the wisdom of the elephant. Even the strongest know when to yield. The earth holds its secrets, shared only with those who tread lightly and listen closely. The sun shines first on those who rise early, its warmth a reward for their diligence. To chase after everything is to risk losing it all. Focus sharpens the path to fulfillment. Truth, like a flame, cannot be hidden. It burns through lies and reveals what lies beneath. Loving someone who cannot return that love is like pouring rain on already wet ground. Futile, but inevitable. The eye staring at the sun knows instinctively when to close, proving that even in awe, there's wisdom in retreat. The whispers of ancestors guide us, their echoes reminding us of the strength in our roots. The bird that soars high must still return to the ground to rest. Every living thing, no matter how grand, is tied to its beginnings. Take only what you need, leaving the earth as you found it, for future generations depend on the choices we make today. A genuine smile, simple yet profound, has the power to heal wounds no medicine can touch. Even the moon, steady in its orbit, reminds us that light, though borrowed, can still shine brilliantly. Patience, like the slow growth of an elephant, rewards those who wait. In the house of the coward, relics of bravery serve as a reminder that fear is not forever. The past, though heavy, cannot weigh down the spirit that chooses to rise. Each stumble becomes a stepping stone, and every fall a lesson in how to stand taller. Life's dance continues, each step a blend of joy and struggle. Though the winds may shift and storms may rage, the resilient find their rhythm, moving forward with grace and determination. Even in the silence of night, the promise of dawn carries the hope of new beginnings.